Live from the AOK Production House, studio number 2. I'm Nick O'Kelly.
I'm Derek Daisy.
Hey, Derek.
Hi, Nick.
How's it going tonight?
I'm fine.
Good. Yeah, you better be.
I got to run after this, but outside of that, I'm fine.
Well, you should be nice and prepped.
I am. Well, no, I'm not, but I'll try.
Okay. Derek, we have a great special guest with us tonight. As always, we do this on Sunday evenings. Mm-hmm. His name is Phillip Broussard. And Phillip was in the Navy.
In the Navy. Yeah, no.
I always think about the Muppet skit in the Navy whenever I hear it. But no. So, so Phillip is a singer-songwriter, came out of the Navy. Can't wait to hear all about what he's doing with his career. Phillip Broussard, welcome to the Echo Radio Show. How's it going?
It's going awesome.
Boom.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Boom.
Drop the mic. Phillip, tell us about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? And
Well, that's a tough question. I mean,
it is.
I feel like I know who I am, but then every day I surprise myself. So it's a new thing every day with me.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because then you wake up every single day completely clueless.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly. I agree with that. No, I'm just a guy. I love playing guitar and I'm from the Pacific Northwest, so I love being outside and I don't know. I try not to be a complicated guy. I try to put myself out there and be pretty easy, conflict free type of person. But who knows? Like I said, every day's a new day.
Yeah. Do you live in you? I saw in your bio that you were born in Washington State. Is that still where you are?
I am.
Yeah, very cool. So we need to put a map together.
Yeah, we do.
Of all the places we've had people from.
Yeah.
And you'll be the first from Washington State.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. Good for you.
I'm honored.
We got to send him a trophy.
Yeah.
First from Washington. That's good.
So how's it? I hear it rains a lot in Washington. What's it like over there?
Well, it's beautiful during the summer. My favorite's spring. Everything's starting to bloom, but 9 months out of the year we get a steady drizzle. It's not too bad. It's not like it's downpouring.
Yeah.
New York actually gets more rain than we do, but it just like hits you hard, fast. Whereas it's just like it's a constant gray drizzle here.
Yeah. Kind of like a lot like Alaska.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Or Europe.
Yeah.
Never been there.
Oh. Well, Alaska's awesome. If you ever get a chance, I highly recommend it.
Derek was on a cruise ship there.
Yeah. I worked on a cruise ship there for 2 or 3 months doing that whole thing, and it was, I think, sunny 3 days out of 3 months. So,
nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like a place I'd love to visit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's great. If you hate the sunshine and you like whales, it's great. Yes.
So, well, Phillip,
we got plenty of whales here in Washington.
Oh, all right. Well, then you know what? Just axe that. Don't
go.
Don't go to Alaska.
Come over here to South Carolina.
Yeah. We don't have any whales over here. It's just hot.
Got no whales. You just got to eat. Yeah. Sun. Okay. So, I read that you went into the Navy. What our listeners want to know is how did you transition from where you were in the Navy to now being a singer-songwriter? Tell us about your entrance into the music business.
I don't know if there was necessarily a transition per se. I was playing guitar and playing music, writing music growing up, and then I went in the Navy, and I was still playing, and playing shows and singing and stuff like that and writing music when I was in the Navy. And so there wasn't really like a steady transition. It's just that I wanted to get more serious about it last year. And it was actually after a conversation I had with John Mayer, if anybody believes that. It was, I went to his concert and had the opportunity to get a chance to meet him, and basically we talked back and forth about the music business, and he basically just told me to go for it. What can you lose? So here I am on a radio show going for it.
Well, John would be proud.
I don't know him, but
but if you see him again, drop a line and tell him that we'd love to have him on the show.
Nick, you and your shameless promotion. Oh.
No, that's really cool though. So are you a big fan of John Mayer?
Huge fan. Yeah, huge fan. I'm not as big a fan of his his touring with like the Dead and Company. That's just, it's not really my thing. But yeah, his music and his guitar playing is just, I love it. I think he's a great he's a great guy too. You know, had a good conversation with him, and he was easy to talk to, easy to get along with, and he seemed genuinely interested in what I had to say. So I got a lot of praise for John Mayer.
Very cool. Now, do you like his old stuff or his new stuff?
You know, I really like his old stuff better. You know, somebody, and I think this is probably in my bio, but, you know, somebody gave me the Room for Squares album.
Yeah.
And my dad died when I was 18. And, you know, I kind of put the guitar away. My dad had given me my first guitar. And, you know, there for a little while, I kind of put it away because I was feeling kind of, you know, I don't know how to describe it. It was sad when I picked it up. And so somebody gave me his album, the Room for Squares album, and there was a song on there called City Love, and it just, the guitar in it's amazing, and, you know, the song flows really, really well, and it definitely made me want to get serious about the guitar again. So I kind of credit John with, you know, bringing me back into the music biz.
Yeah, he had a lot of good...
On more than one way.
A lot of good acoustic, just a lot of good, cool chords, you know, that a lot of the singer-songwriters just weren't doing back on that album in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, all the...
Right.
For those who don't know what that album is, that had No Such Thing. That was his breakout album. Yeah, No Such Thing. The other big one, Your Body's a Wonderland, and yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, Your Body's a Wonderland. We'll just we'll forgive him for that one.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Hey, I love that bubblegum tongue line. I thought that was great, but it's like, what the hell are you biting her tongue for, John? Jesus Christ. No, but
hey, some girls like that.
Yeah.
I know.
Evidently not Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Well, she did for a minute. She did for a second, and then that all went sour. But
we give her a hard time on this show.
Right. Maybe someday I'll date Taylor Swift too, and I'll get her into
listen.
Like that.
Good luck, man. I hope so.
Yeah, if you do, you got to come back on the show.
Yeah, right.
And tell us, is she a witch or what?
Yeah.
She went through a lot of guys. I mean, at some point, you know, you can't blame the guy anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I mean, John. I remember reading an interview with John, and he was like, man, she wrote that song about me, Dear John. He's like, and I didn't deserve that. I was like, I did stuff, but I didn't do that. Like, Jesus, you know? Yeah. But yeah, I guess when you date her, you'll find out, and we'll know the inside scoop with all of it.
Well, sorry to hear about your dad, but I guess, you know, it's cool as a musician. I guess you can take something like that and really try to turn it into some motivation for the future. So
sure.
Hopefully that's what you've been able to do.
What kind of guitar did he give you?
What kind of guitar do I play?
Or what kind of guitar did he give you back when you got started?
Oh yeah, so it was like a $99 Walmart guitar.
Yeah.
And I think it only lasted me like a couple of months before he got me like a real nice you know, like an Ibanez or something like that. Yeah. And you know, but this guitar, you could play it for 5 minutes and it would go out of tune.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
And then you'd tune it, and it would, you know, you'd play it for another 5 minutes, it'd go out of tune, and then you'd tune it again, and like 3 of the strings would break. Oh. So it was just a miserable guitar to play, but you know what? It got me started.
So you went Axl Rose and busted it on the stage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what those guitars are good for.
Well, my first guitar was a Hohner guitar, and Hohner was well known for their harmonicas, but it was like a $99 Hohner, and I still have that guitar up north. My family. Really? I left it with my family. I don't keep it in my collection now, but it still works, and it has a very unique tone. Like a $99 guitar nowadays sounds like garbage, but back then you could get some cool gems, you know, if you just got lucky, I guess. But
Phillip, I read in your bio that you spent time on the guitar while you were in the military. So I guess what I'm reading from your bio, I want to hear this story that you were there in Operation Iraqi Freedom. So thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you.
And that in your bio it says during this time you refined your guitar skills. So, is this just the downtime? They let you have a guitar over there? How's that work?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much downtime you actually have. You spend a lot of time staring at nothing all day long.
Oh, nice. I love doing that.
So yeah, you know, you get plenty of opportunity to play, and yeah, you if you don't have something, there's people that read books, there's people that play the harmonica, there's people that play guitar, and there's some people that just like get fat. Like, it's crazy how fat some people get while they're on deployment. They just eat and sleep. It's pretty gross. Oh. And that's what I was saying. Like, we've got lots of whales over here. Like, all the like a lot of the military.
You were talking about the people
over here.
Oh, we were. Okay, Alaska's got.
Or the whales marry the Navy personnel over here. So, but
he was talking about his military friends.
Oh, I didn't.
It's just you find your own shtick.
Yeah.
And mine just happened to be the guitar. And there was a couple other guys that played, and it was really cool. Getting to know them, playing with other people, and because you can only get so good if you're playing by yourself.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
But did you got to take your own, or they gave you a guitar while you were there, or what?
No, they don't give you anything.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
That's what I
thought. No, you take your own guitar, and it's some douchebag stepped on the neck of my guitar and snapped the headstock off.
Oh, no.
And like, I was without a guitar for like the last 3 months of deployment. I was so angry. Like I don't know how to describe it. I was like unconscionably angry.
Yeah.
I really wanted to punch this guy in the face, but
was he one of the fat guys? Because you could have caught him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. It takes some effort to snap a headstock.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, Nick actually.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
You son of a bitch! I'll remember this forever. Nick and I were roommates in college,
my fault.
And he knocked one of my acoustic guitars over, and it cracked the neck. And
I was thinking about saying that.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't my fault.
And guess who didn't pay me to fix it? This guy over here, you bastard! And
he brings this up at every possible. It's been a good couple of years, so thanks a lot, Phillip.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could bring up some emotional baggage that you guys need to deal with.
It's some damn money. That's what I need. That cost me $300, Nick.
Yeah, well, at least you didn't run your car into a manure truck.
That didn't happen, Nick. Jesus.
Oh man. So that's really cool though. So you came back from the Navy, of all places, a better guitar player. That's incredible. So, you got back and you said, You know what? I don't want to go back out there. I just want to play music. I mean, what happened at that point? What sent you on the path you're on now?
Well, getting out of the military was kind of something it was more of a necessity rather than anything. It was just one of those environments that I was in. I wasn't thriving, and I didn't really see any upward mobility as far as career goes. So there is a lot of upward mobility for military personnel. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to trash talk the military.
Good.
What I want to say though is that it didn't work for me.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And so getting out was a necessity, and the guitar. I got out in 2010. We were right in the middle of like one of the worst recessions the United States has seen since the Great Depression. So, getting out and getting a job was hard. And so, one of the ways I found relief was, playing music and going to bars and playing guitar, and people enjoyed hearing me, and so I kept going, and that's it's really just one of those things. If you really love something, if you pour your heart and soul into it, you're gonna get good at it.
Yeah.
You will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I'm not saying I'm good. I'm just saying that's my path anyway. That's what I try.
Sounds like you're trying to say. I mean,
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm awesome or anything.
Yeah.
No, but you said you've been doing this for a year now?
I've been like hard charging where my music would be a career, putting out an album, really trying to put my name out there, doing radio shows and everything, self-promotion. That's been going on for a year. I was actually a bit shy about it prior to this last year. And it was just, I was raised that you don't really talk about yourself. I was raised that you don't seek the attention. My grandfather was old school, and he always used to tell me, you never want to brag about yourself or seek attention. And over the last year, I've discovered bragging about myself is actually kind of fun.
Yep. Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
We love talking about ourselves.
Hey, we're on the radio. We like it so much we started a show.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all we talk about is how great we are. We are amazing. And then sometimes we invite people on to stroke our egos.
Yeah,
very good.
No.
You're doing a lot tonight. So you're playing the circuit. How often do you play out?
There for a while it was 3 to 4 days a week.
Nice.
3 to 4 days a week was really, really hard charging. I have gotten a little tired since then. It's a bit exhausting. I'm actually, surprisingly, I actually hold down a day job too. I own a remodeling contracting business during the day. So
wow.
There for a while, I'm shooting, roofing nails or something like that. And during the day at 8 o'clock at night, it's tough to make 3 or 4 gigs a week when your back's hurting and you're tired. So, but that's just what it is. But I still try to play 2 to 3 days a week.
Do you do kind of like the covers and originals, like 3-4 hour gigs?
It's mostly, I think the longest one I played was 2 hours. 3 to 4 hours is a long gig.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time singing. And there's a lot of people that can do it, but I'm not one of them. Yeah. I'm not really a huge fan of covers. I feel like I want to put my music out there, and if I'm playing someone else's, I'm promoting them. Mm-hmm. So, but I probably should mix more covers into my stuff, because maybe people just can't get into my stuff and they want to hear me play something else. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I am the 3 to 4 hour guy, and I want to get their attention with the songs they know, because that usually makes them look at you, and then you can say, all right, I wrote this, or I don't tell them, and then they're like, well, that's really good. Yeah, I wrote that. It's all me, baby, all net.
But hey, I mean, if you can get 3 to 4 shows a week doing only like an hour-long gig, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Or 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about going out and doing something like a cruise ship gig or anything like that?
I have thought about that,
yeah.
and then I don't know. I don't know how much I want to be showered, with booze and women and everything like that. It just sounds like just a terrible lifestyle.
Well,
out there getting seasick. I don't know if I could do it.
Well, I did it. I wasn't showered with women. There were some. But and
shower with dudes?
No. No, dudes.
Oh man.
No women. You're not allowed to fraternize with the people, okay? Yeah. That's because you get fired. But
women or dudes.
Yeah, both of them. Equal opportunity here. You only get as drunk as you decide. It's really cheap to drink in the crew bar. It's like $1.25 a beer. So a lot of musicians out there are alcoholics.
Good.
Yeah, I wasn't. Like, I spent most of my money at the bar getting Snicker bars and stuff like that to hold me over. And
because you were hungry.
Yeah, that's right.
Grab a Snicker.
But you meet a lot of cool people, and you can build a fan base out there that way too, because I got a lot of just fans and people over the time. I got to play a lot of places around the world from it, but it also, like you did in the Navy, you learned your guitar and got that. You also get an opportunity to kind of hone your skills in front of live audiences, every night. It's like 6 nights a week. It is. It's rough on the voice, but outside of that, then you get paid pretty well to do it. And I don't know, man. Like even one contract, I did one. I did 6 months, and I learned a lot out there, man. And it was really good. I got to sell a lot of CDs, and I played a few weddings due to people like. There was this couple that met because they met at my bar, and the girl was hitting on me, and I was like, nice. I can't go out with you.
But you can go out with this guy.
No, this guy started yelling at her, and before you know it, they got married 4 years later, and I went out and played their wedding. So nice. It's because I kept it in my pants. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Phillip, I picked up on one thing, though. You said going out there getting seasick.
Yeah.
Do you get seasick? Because
no.
Oh, okay.
But
I was gonna say the Navy might not have been.
It is funny. I went to Kauai last year for vacation.
Yeah.
And we took this. It took this 6 hour like 6-hour boat tour, right? Where we went snorkeling and everything like that.
Whoa.
And I talked with a couple of people beforehand, and it was their first trip, like on a boat. And I said, so did you bring any Dramamine or anything like that? And they're like, no.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, this dude's going to be hurting. This dude's going to be hurting. And no more than 10 minutes into it, this guy was throwing up over the side. And I felt so bad for him because I knew exactly what was coming. And I probably should have helped him because I had Dramamine, and
no.
That's
I don't know.
Dramamine.
That was my Dramamine.
Yeah.
Slow clap.
Yeah. That's right.
Good for you. You're not in the Navy. You don't have to help anybody.
Yeah, that's right. He's not your kid.
I know.
You guys should grow up.
Now, if there was a fire or like pirates tried to board the ship, I would definitely help. But
that's
I think it was a low risk. Low risk of that happening.
I think that guy learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Don't go on the sea.
Yeah. So remodeling business, though, that's very interesting. Are you into? Do you watch any of the HGTV television shows, or do you just laugh at them? Okay.
No.
He loves that married couple and fixing up, man. He loves them.
Yeah, they fix themselves up and all of their clients.
My whole family's been like every male in my family has been a contractor, being a carpenter, going back to the Civil War, and so that's how I earn my living while I'm playing music and everything, and so excuse me, when I go into a lot of people's houses, and a lot of times I'll walk in and they'll have HDTV on the TV screen. And I just kind of roll my eyes and I walk in. They're like, "Oh, Chip and Joanna Gaines are on. I bet you love this show." And I'm like, "I can't stand this show. I can't stand the show. You know why? Because I come into places like this and I quote you a price and you think it's ridiculous because on HGTV, some guy that breeds salamanders can afford a $1.5 million home. And that doesn't make any sense.
Every single time.
I love it. And not only that, the people on that television channel can do it in 1 hour, Philip. I mean, I don't know what in the world's taking you so long.
That's right, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Well, that's the problem. It only takes me 30 minutes. I like to finish early.
Oh.
I mean.
Well, that's not acceptable either.
Yeah, sorry.
It is funny though, right? That you watch these shows, and I like it for the comedic value because seriously, you'll have a guy that's like half my age.
Yeah.
You know, he's 15, and he's like, I dig a ditch, and my wife sleeps with dogs, and our budget is $5 million.
$5 million.
Yeah.
I agree. Because my dad's in drywall, so I know. Yeah. I'm like, everything I see on there, I'm like, God, this is so fake.
Yeah, my parents got in on the whole flipping house craze. They've done pretty well with it, but I think it stemmed from their interest in that. And I always wondered what the contractors like yourself would say. Do it for me right now. If you could say one thing to people who want to flip their own house, what would it be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because I flipped 4 houses last year, and I flipped a total of 12 since I was 23 years old.
Wow.
So, and I actually have a portfolio that I send out for investors when we want to flip a house. So, it's most investors, most home flippers end up moving away from flipping into some kind of other investment. 90% of the people that I talk to when I show up as a contractor that want to flip a house, a lot of times they have no idea what they're doing. And it's a really good way to get scammed if you don't have any research done, or they bought a house just to get into it to see what it's like, and they end up losing their shirt because they didn't do any proper research. So if I was to say one thing, just one, do your research, because if you don't, guys like me, I mean, I've got a college degree, I have all my teeth, and I'm not on the sex offender registry, which is pretty unusual for contractors.
Yet. Okay.
Yeah, listen,
Yet.
Phillip,
no.
you're behind the bar.
Yeah.
So.
I'm behind the curve.
Yeah. You got to get on that.
It's pretty unusual for contractors to not show up looking scary and weird looking. So, I tell people all the time, like, I won't, but there is a lot of people that will take you for an absolute ride. They'll take every dime that you pony up, and they will give you nothing in return. And so you really have to have a good scope of work. You really have to have your ducks in a row. 90% of the work is going to be done by the flipper themselves, not the contractor. So, yeah, do your research.
Former Navy man, contractor by day, singer by night. You sound like a superhero.
Yeah.
I am.
Repairman.
Yeah. Well, if you were to be a superhero,
that's the lamest superhero name I've ever heard in my life.
Repairman. Well, he's new.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's new.
Yeah, he'll change it some. Well, if you could have one superpower, I think that's a pretty important question to ask. What would it be?
I would probably want to. Oh man, just one. I can only have one. I can't have an amalgam of several.
No, just one.
No, yeah. What the hell is this? This isn't. You didn't win the lottery. Okay, you get one superpower.
Yeah, I think I'd probably want to heal really fast because I stabbed myself with a roofing knife last year, and I've got this really ugly scar on my arm, and it drives me nuts. And so, and my back hurts every day, So it just boils down to the fact that I would love to heal very quickly.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. I can respect that.
Yeah, I can. All right, some Wolverine action.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
Deadpool.
right,
okay, very good. Yeah. Well, Phillip, let's get back to your music a little bit. Now, you have a single here that I assume is your major promotion. It's called All Over Again. We're going to play it on the show, so set this up for us. What's this song about? Why did you write it?
Well, I wrote it because I was actually talking to a friend of mine, and his wife had left him. And the guy was kind of a douchebag about it, so I understand why. But the issue boils down to the simple fact that she is a sweetheart and really wanted to make it work with him, and so she'd finally had enough and just left. And come to find out, this guy can't function without her. She cleaned, cooked, did everything around the house. And so I went over to visit this guy, and I walked into this pile of filth that was his house, and dishes piled up, a foot high. And there was, he hadn't shaved. He wasn't taking showers. And he looked just absolutely pathetic. And so I wrote this song about this sad state of affairs that was his life. Yeah. And, ultimately she came back, and then everything changed. It was like he went through this full transformation. He started going to the gym. He started working out. He shaved. He was cleaning up around the house and doing everything he could. So it's kind of, the song describes, I use them as inspiration, but the song describes the feeling of loss and the inability to do anything when you feel that much grief. And the inability, just the inability to function, but then the happiness of them coming back and being able to function again.
Is he?
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Is he a fan? Does he follow you on your radio circuit? And every time you bring him up, he's like, "God dang it!"
Yeah, he did actually call me out of the blue. He lives in a different state, but he called me out of the blue, and he had heard one of the radio shows I was on, and because he is a fan of mine on Facebook, and he heard when I first described this song, and he said, "This sounds oddly familiar."
Yeah.
No, I have two friends that happened to.
Is it? I was like, no, it's not about you.
No, never.
And every time you say this in an interview, no, it's not about you. Then it's like, well, who's it about? It's not about me again.
Who's it about? Yeah. He'll probably hear this one.
Yeah.
And he'll call me.
Good.
And be like, dude, I'm pretty sure that song's about me, and I'll deny it again.
Oh, good.
Well, to him we say thanks for listening to
yeah,
the
we
Echo
really
Radio Show.
appreciate
We
it.
appreciate it.
And hey,
give us a like and a subscribe.
That's right.
Right?
Well, speaking of it, though, you are listening to the Echo Radio Show. Let's take a listen. We're talking with Phillip Broussard.
Yeah.
And this song is called All Over Again.
Let's do it.
There were times I felt so alone, even though you were right next to me. There were times I could sense that you just didn't want to be with me. When you finally left on that long trip back home, I was was stuck sitting on one side of the couch, left to sob there all alone. And I tried to breathe, and I tried to sleep all day, wishing that all this pain would just go away. When you knocked on the door right outside, it was a beautiful surprise. I didn't know where we should begin, 'cause all I know is that I fell in love all over again. Couldn't wait to embrace you once I realized you came all the way back to me just to look into my eyes. And as you're standing there, I just don't know what to do, 'cause all I know is I have this chance just to wrap my arms around you. Now I'm free to breathe, and I can finally sleep at night. And I'm hoping that you'll be there for the rest of my life, because you knocked on the door right outside. You were a beautiful surprise. I didn't know where we should begin, 'cause all I know is that I fell in love all over again. Because you knocked on the door right outside. You were a beautiful surprise. I didn't know where we should begin, 'cause all I know is that I fell in love all over again.
Well, that is Phillip Broussard. You're listening to The Echo radio show. Nice song, Phillip.
Thank you.
So we're sitting here trying to figure out your inspirations. So do you listen to Lifehouse at all? Do you like Lifehouse?
I do. I love Lifehouse.
Oh, good. That's what Nick called out. I was like, oh yeah, totally.
I hear I hear a Lifehouse influence, I think, more than John Mayer with this particular song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. I hadn't thought of that, but I really, really do like Lifehouse. One of their, actually, during that time frame, it's funny you mentioned that, because right around the time I got the John Mayer album that was given to me, they had come out with the album that song "You and Me" was on.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Lifehouse.
Yep.
That's what it's
and
called.
I listened to that album to the point where the CD was all scratched up and everything. I loved that album by Lifehouse.
Yeah, it was a good one. Their second album, the one before that, sucked really bad. And then the one before that was the one with Hanging by a Moment.
Yeah.
And that one was really good. So it was like after first album, No Name Face was like, yes, finally. And then the second one, I was like, oh my God, what have they done?
Yeah.
And then number 3, You and Me came out. I was like, all right, we're back.
Yeah.
And then Who We Are, the one after that, was really good. I really liked that album too.
Yeah.
Came out with a lot of singles.
Well, I might be wrong, but I thought, Hanging by a Moment I thought that was all a Christian album.
Well, he yes, sort of. He was his parents are missionaries,
Yeah.
I think, and so he was the band originated as a Christian band.
Yeah.
So
I never knew that stuff until later in life. It was kind of like that with Switchfoot. Like, it's extremely obvious now
yeah.
that I've heard them, but I'm like, back
Right.
then I went on to when Meant to Live came out, when they like really hit the scene and mainstream, I went on their forum and I wrote like, you guys effing rock, like, you know, F-bomb and everything, and everybody on there like cancer to whites, you know, like they're like, whoa, this is a Christian forum, and they all freaked out, and then the band answered me and was very nice, but everybody else was such a jerk to me, and I was like, oh, I didn't know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like Lifehouse a lot, but that first album definitely has a lot of positive lyrics and this kind of thing going on. So yeah, but
sure.
Nice guitar riff. I like the song.
I figured it out. We were sitting here, and I was like, I know these chords.
Yeah,
I picked
Jared
up the guitar. I'm like, ooh,
playing
E.
with you.
All right, we got E, we got A, B suspended, C sharp minor. I'm in, man.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
Yeah,
actually.
Hey, man,
the real important aspect of it though is the order I wrote it in.
Yeah.
I actually wrote the chorus when it's happy in minor chords, and I wrote the main verses when it's sad in major chords.
Yeah.
So I actually kind of tried to do this like I don't know, kind of duality thing. I don't know if it worked, but that's what I was going for.
Yeah, that was cool, man. I mean,
I'm pretty impressed that you know those chords, that you could pick out the chords.
Dude, that's all I do is write music all the time. So I like those when I started. It's funny because there's a Lifehouse song that uses, it's in that key, so you hear a lot of some of the same chords, but they what is it? God, I know it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna tell you about it, and you go listen to it. I mean, the song's different. I don't mean to be like, well, you pretty much ripped the band off. I mean, listen, there's 12 keys. You're fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, something like that. It's just like, but I remember those chords so well that when I heard it for the, it's just, I've been playing those chords for 17 years. Like it's in my head. All right, here I go. I'm going back to the first album. I'm almost there. I'm going through. Gosh darn it!
I'm gonna let this be awkward. I'm gonna let you drag it out here.
I know. I am. I'm really somewhere in between. That's it.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between.
It's a good song.
Go if you haven't heard that song. Go listen to that. Same key, but yeah, I know. It's again different songs. They're completely different. That's why I know it. I'm sorry.
So, moving along.
Yeah.
Moving right along. No, but
boom, boom.
How long ago did you write that song?
Actually, I wrote that song back in probably 2011. I just didn't record it until last year.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then when you record, do you kind of go to a studio? Do you have kind of a setup at home? How do you do it?
No, I went to a studio. Yeah, so my studio engineer, his name is Dylan, and he is out of a place called Issaquah, Washington. And yeah, great. When you drive up to this dude's house, it's a place that you would imagine people would sell meth out of.
Nice.
And it's just like,
love meth.
Yeah, it's just sidings falling off. Like there's like rotten wood everywhere, and then you walk inside, and it's this beautiful, beautiful studio, and he did such a fantastic job on it.
He's cooking. He's like, hey, you want any blue stuff? You're like, nah, I just want my song recorded. All right.
Yeah. Well, that sounds. We have a similar situation with the producers we know. They operate out of this building that you'd never know.
Yeah, it's like a rundown early 1900s building. It's got like Coke advertisement on the side from 1940. Coca-Cola. Yeah, not a Coke dealer. Like Jim's Coke. Yeah. Come on down. But then you walk into the brick building. It's kind of falling apart, and you walk in, and it's just a state-of-the-art recording studio. And yeah.
Now, Phillip, you've released an entire album now? Yes.
An EP. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. And is it 4 songs, 5 songs?
It's got 5 on there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's what we in your press kit we had the 5 songs, but I didn't have it as a set, so I wasn't sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, look at that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when it comes time to making the next one, are you what do you think? You're going to hire a big band, pop band like John Mayer did in Room for Squares and really go, crazy?
Well, I'm hoping I actually have a recording contract by then, so I don't have to hire anybody.
Well, I mean, you're still got to hire them. I mean, they're going to pay for it, but you want to have some say on that, man. You don't want them to hire the band. You want to make sure you flow with them. That will suck if they put a band behind you and
They'll give you all girls.
Yeah. It's like Josie and the Pussycats.
Okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah.
It's surprising because actually part of my remodeling crew, most of my remodeling crew is actually women. If you can believe that.
Oh, my God.
Well, there you go. There's your band.
They're better at it than guys are.
The remodeling women, and you'll be the front man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. See, this
Exactly.
is what you need to do, man. You need to have a talk show.
You do.
Where you talk about, remodeling, and at the end of it, you play a song.
Yeah. Dude, there's your show. Boom. And then you got all this cross-marketing,
cool.
Yeah.
and then you got to do a blog, and you just write about, remodeling. You just always take them into new houses and stuff like, here's some of the stuff I'm doing here today.
Yeah.
And here's going to play a little music over here.
Yeah, and here's where I set up my studio, and you guys just sit there, and there's your audience.
Yeah.
It's the people that you're building a house for.
Boom! And
here's what your house could sound like if you had me living in it.
Yeah.
Well, we can negotiate salary for that. My starting rate is about $20 million a year.
$20 million. That's a steal for them.
I know.
I mean, if you're stealing it from them,
Yeah.
if they're giving you that kind of money,
Yeah.
gee, get out of here.
Yeah.
We're not completely out of this recession, buddy. Some people are hurting. No.
So when so you're we're working with this EP right now, promoting it, but do you have plans to get started on your new project? You going back to the same guy? You already writing some songs or what?
I've written most of the songs already.
Nice.
It's going to be pretty guitar heavy, actually. It's going to have, I think, kind of a darker tone to it. I like going down the darker roads, but there's going to be a more electric guitar.
Good.
I was thinking about calling it Guitar Is Not Dead, but then I realized I don't like that name very much.
No.
So I'm not going to go with that one. But
were you testing it on us? What do you think, Nick?
What's that?
Were you testing it on us? And you're just to see if we liked it. If we're like, no, that's great, man. Keep it. You're like, well, I didn't want to keep it, but if you guys insist.
Yeah, I just got silenced, so I'm scrapping that one. Thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, that's the delay.
Wait,
but
I'm gonna go ahead and
I have something. I'm
going to tell Michael Stover that this radio station killed the next album.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
I got a cricket sound effect there for you.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There. Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's a great name.
That's what we do here. Crickets. Just there you go. Just call it crickets. No.
It does make me kind of sad that guitar seems to be kind of dying out. Like there was even like talk of Gibson and Fender like filing for bankruptcy, and it actually kind of struck a nerve with me because, I don't know, I'm not really a huge fan of the stuff that's coming on the radio right now, like super popular stuff.
Yeah.
And so and I think guys like Justin Bieber have a really punchable face. So
I agree.
Me too.
God, I really want to punch him.
Yeah.
And he's a doofus.
And so, I just really feel like there's a lack of guitar influence, and I really want my next album to really reach out to the kids that are, that really feel a desire to want to pursue that instrument and tell them to pursue it. I'm really scared for the future of the instrument. I really hope I really hope kids are going to want to pick it up rather than pick up like one of those mix trays.
Yeah, well, yeah. But consider this, hey, if you don't make it in the rock genre, just put a little twang in your voice and then become a country artist. Boom.
Yeah,
Guitar's
then you can
back.
just write about painted up blue jeans.
Yeah.
And
your pickup truck. Make sure you got one of those.
Uh-huh.
And that you like drinking beer and beating your wife.
Well,
those are great songs.
Yeah, I mean, if Blake Shelton can win Sexiest Man Alive, I think anybody can.
I know. I don't get it. I mean, I'm a guy and I don't look at men and judge them that way, but I was like, I wouldn't take my panties off of him. Sorry. You got to look better than that.
I don't know if Derek caught that, Phillip, but that was very funny.
I heard it. I don't want to take a shower with him either.
Right over it.
Oh, I love it.
I just kept going, and Nick stayed with it. You bastard.
Well, Phillip, we're gonna have a little more fun with you right now.
Here we go.
We like to play some games with our guests.
Yep, we like to create repressed memories.
Yeah, because we're here promoting you. Your music, of course, but we want to promote you. So I feel like we've gotten to know you here on this episode of To the Echo.
So on Make a Date, we have 3 contestants, and you get the opportunity to win.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Phillip, we're going to go real easy. We're going to do some 90s trivia. How's that sound to you?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, great.
Oh, God. Does this? Do I have to compete against him? Is that what this is?
Yes.
Oh, God dang it.
That's exactly
I
what it is.
always lose this crap. All right.
It's only 10 questions.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it this way. We're going to alternate questions. So each of you get 5 questions. And the rules are, I'm going to read the question. If you know the answer, then you can get 3 points. If you would like me to read off multiple choice, and I do that and you get it right, you get 2 points. We can then go to a 50-50 on this question, and if you get it right, you get 1 point. If you still get it wrong, the other person gets 1 point.
That's right.
Sound good?
Okay.
All right.
So really the goal is to just answer the question first, and if you don't know the answer, then wait for the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Okay.
Okay, so Philip, you are the guest, so you can decide to go first, or you can throw the question to
I'll
Derek.
go first.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
All right. So here we go. Philip, question number 1. What was the highest grossing movie in the 1990s?
Oh, F you.
I want to say Titanic.
God dang it. Of course it's Titanic. What question is that, Nick?
Philip, is that your final answer?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I wanted to go with Waterworld. I think Waterworld was a better selling movie.
Waterworld, a very underseen for good reason movie.
Yeah.
All right. Derek, that was fast.
Yeah.
Good job, Philip.
Well, if you're going to throw softball questions, I didn't know that. Oh, all right.
All right, Derek, the question is yours. What Madonna music video was banned by MTV for being too racy?
What? I don't know.
Hey, it's a toss of the coin here, buddy.
Multiple choice. I don't care about Madonna.
All right. The answers could be
Okay.
Erotica, Like a Virgin, Justify My Love, or Vogue.
Erotica?
Is that your final answer?
It's going to have to be.
All
yeah.
No.
All right, fine.
All right, Philip, the question now goes to you. Very interesting here. Which Madonna music video was banned by MTV for being too racy?
Justify My Love.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Well.
Huh.
I don't know, Derek.
How convenient.
I didn't even know that song.
I thought Madonna was hot when I was younger, so...
Oh.
Well, I mean, she was... Well, yeah, she's 60 now. I'm not so interested now, but, you know... I
still hit it.
Well, there you go.
You fit right in here on this
If your manager's listening, hey, let's direct Madonna to your dressing room. Okay.
All right, Philip.
Deal.
This next question is over to you. In what year did MTV's The Real World debut?
Ooh.
I
think I know the answer to this. Hey, no cheating, buddy. I know exactly what you're doing right now. Getting on the internet.
The Real World.
Yeah, I know.
I never did watch this show.
I know the guy who gets these questions, and I didn't get the answers. That's how committed I am.
In what year?
In what year?
In what year?
Uh-huh.
I never watched it.
I know, it's a pretty terrible show.
Yeah, me neither.
That wasn't that good.
That's why it's on the list here. Would you like some multiple choice?
Nick doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, multiple choice me.
All right, 92, 94, 96, or 97.
I'm gonna go with all the 94 and 96 all seem too late. I'm gonna go with 92.
All right, is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right.
I knew it.
92.
Damn it, I knew it. I knew it.
92.
Damn
Go
it.
figure, 92.
I know.
That was the same
show's
year
been
of
sucking for a long time.
Same year as Seinfeld season 1.
Well, yeah, and that show wasn't very good that first season either. Took him a while.
Yeah. Well, Derek, the question is yours.
All right.
What was the top-selling album of the 1990s?
Jagged Little Pill. Alanis Morissette.
Well, is that your final answer, Derek?
Yes, it's my final answer.
All right. Well, that would be correct. Of course.
Wow.
Yeah, come on.
Jagged
Everybody
Little Pill.
knows that was 16 million copies. It was like record of the year 2 or 3 years in a row from 96 or 95, 96, 97 because she had all those big singles. And now I own that album on tape.
It's interesting to go look at the top selling albums of all time.
Yeah,
because I don't think that's number one, but it's still top 5.
Oh yeah. Michael Jackson's Bad.
It's in there with Bad
and Thriller,
Cracked Review.
Yeah.
And then I think like Elton John's Greatest Hits.
Oh
or
yeah,
something
that's a big one.
is
Yeah,
also in there.
There you go.
All right, moving on. Philip, here's your next question. Laura Palmer. She was a character on what 1990s television show?
I know this one. Twin Peaks.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right. Well, you're killing it here.
I wouldn't have gotten that one. That was pretty good.
I never watched Twin Peaks.
Neither did I. This guy had no life in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's all he did was watch TV. No.
This was evidently the right game for you.
Hey, TV was a thing in our house, man.
Me too, but I was watching like Beavis and Butthead and Nickelodeon.
I feel like we need to watch Twin Peaks, though, because there's that theory that, like, every television show ever connects to it because all of those characters are big stars now.
Oh.
So they'd say, like, all of those shows tie back into Twin Peaks somehow.
It's kind of like how...
but I've never watched it.
Like Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
And every big actor of comedies nowadays from those shows. Yeah.
All right, Derek.
All right.
What musician founded the Lilith Fair all-female concert tour? Got some hard ones in here.
I know. Yeah, thanks. Multiple choice.
All right. Well, Derek, the answers could be...
Yeah.
Sarah McLachlan, Tori Amos, Madonna, or Celine Dion?
Tori Amos. Is
that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know what, Dick? You see this thing right here? You can suck it. You cheater.
Philip, the question is over to you. What musician founded the Lilith Fair all-female concert tour?
So the only reason I know this
is
because the Sad Dog commercials and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of memorized her kind of like, and my mom was a huge fan of her. My mom was always reading magazines, and I picked a lot of this stuff up. So the only reason I know that is because my mom was really into Sarah McLachlan.
I like that he justifies.
I know. You could have just given us the answer, but you had to. I used to wear tampons back in the 90s, and she was on the back of the box, and it was really good.
Oh, that's funny. Yes, it is Sarah McLachlan. All right, Philip, the next question is... this is a hard one.
Good.
How long did the Michael Jackson-Lisa Marie Presley marriage last?
Ooh. Shit.
Why couldn't you ask me about Kenny Chesney and Renee Zellweger? Because I know that one.
Because that's not the question.
Because I like her.
I want to say a year.
I remember that music video. They were like together. You were not alone.
Now, do you want to go with that as your final?
Yeah.
You want to go with that as your final answer?
No, I want to go with the multiple choice because I have no idea.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go. So the answers could be less than 6 months, just over 1 year, about 2 years, or 10 years. So dramatic.
And the second one.
Is that your final answer?
Is it just over a year?
Just over a year, yeah.
All right, just over a year.
Oh.
I thought it was less than that, actually, when I was doing this quiz.
Yeah, he probably divorced her when he realized she didn't have any money.
Yeah. All right, Derek. You're losing badly.
I know. Nick, you don't think I don't know that? God.
So right now, it's
47 to 3.
14 to 3.
Okay.
All right.
This is Catherine Barry all over again.
Derek, what actress declared, quote, "This is for all the fat girls," after winning her Emmy?
In the 90s?
In the 90s, that's right.
Was it, what is her name? Isn't she a country artist? And she's the, she's Ashley Judd's sister. The Judd is, give me the 4.
All right. Let me give you the answers here. Could potentially be Roseanne, Cameron Manheim, Ellen DeGeneres, or Oprah Winfrey.
That's just
and you're
something.
thinking to yourself, who was fat?
Yeah. Well,
that was literally my first thought.
Oprah was definitely off and on in the 90s, and Roseanne's always been a little husky. It was for a Grammy?
After an Emmy.
Emmy. Oh, I'm going to go Roseanne. Because she seems like the kind of person that would say that kind of thing.
Is that your final answer?
Based on recent history on Twitter and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. No.
All right. Well, you know what? She's still a racist. No, I don't care. It's whatever.
Phillip, the question is yours. What actress declared this is for all the fat girls after winning her Emmy?
So the answer choices were Roseanne, Ellen, Oprah, and who else?
Cameron Manheim.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, since it wasn't Roseanne, and it definitely wasn't Ellen because Ellen wasn't fat.
Yeah, it's true.
Oprah was hefty, but I don't think she'd say something like that.
I know.
That's just.
I hope
seems
not.
like outside of the scope of Oprah's kind of.
She's pretty PC.
Who was the other one?
Cameron Manheim.
Okay, I don't even know who that is, but I'm going to go with her.
All right.
Okay. Well, you would be
It's just my process of elimination.
God
Cameron
dang
Manheim. I have no idea who she is.
Neither
I didn't
do
even
I.
bother to look it up because I think it's funny. I don't know. Somebody who was fat, I guess. Maybe not.
Oh.
I would have guessed Roseanne.
I know.
But
well, I did. Yeah.
That's what
You
it
already
sounded
did.
like. Okay, so Phillip,
Dang it, all the hell.
question is yours. We got 2 questions left.
And
So
he
move
already
this-
won.
Yeah.
But because we're going to stick to the game.
Which of the following sitcoms did not end in the 90s? Did not. I said which.
Well, I guess you have no choice.
I'm sorry, I got to give you multiple.
You
I'm
have
sorry.
to, so-
I do this all the time.
But you can do 3 points for this.
Yes.
And if he does 50-50, 1 point.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have no choice
The
here.
answers could be.
Well, I don't know.
I'm
There's
sorry.
a lot of shows that didn't end in the 90s.
I do this every time we do this game.
Cheers? No, I don't.
So the answers could be Seinfeld, Cheers,
I didn't know that. I probably.
Facts of Life, or Mad About You.
Ooh.
I used to love Mad About You.
Seinfeld, Cheers, Facts of Life, and Mad About You.
Uh-huh.
It did not end in the 90s?
Did not end in the 90s.
God, a lot of those
All
seem
of these
like
but one ended in the 90s. Unbelievable.
That's weird.
I know. It's crazy.
I feel like Seinfeld ended in 99. So I'm going to eliminate that.
Yeah.
I've never seen Facts of Life.
Yeah, it's not very good.
And what were the other two again?
Cheers and Mad About You.
Cheers. I'm going to say Mad About You.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
With Helen Hunt?
Loved Mad About You.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show.
Sadly, that ended in the 90s.
Oh, damn it.
So, Derek, the question goes to you. Which of those shows did not
Facts of Life.
in the 90s? Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Well, you take the good, you take the bad, you put them both together, and there you have the Facts of Life. Indeed.
Never even seen that show.
It's like, well, it's because you weren't alive when it came out, and I knew that. I was like, there's no way that show carried into the 90s. It's a really old show.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's true.
Like,
Indeed.
I don't even remember that being like TV. Like Nick at Night didn't even friggin' show that show until friggin' 2000s. I don't know.
Trick question.
Here we go.
What do you know? All right, Derek.
All right.
You get the last question.
Of course I do.
In 1990,
Lame.
Roseanne split after screeching the Roseanne spit after screeching the Star Spangled Banner
Yeah.
for the opening of what event?
It was a baseball game. It's a World Series. I don't know if it was a World Series, but it was a baseball game. I know that. And people were really offended by it. Multiple choice.
I can't believe you remember that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because people were really pissed off and offended by it. And she was terrible.
Well, here's what the answers could be.
Yeah.
A Raiders football game. Little League championship. a Padres baseball game. Or a Kings hockey game.
Oh, my God. It wasn't Little League. That'd be so mean. That's the best
Roseanne,
they could do for the kids, a woman who can't sing.
That's when Roseanne said, "This is for all the fat women." Was at that point.
Oh.
Not after the Emmy.
The baseball game, the Piedmont.
Padres. Is that your final answer?
Sure.
The what?
The Padres.
Yeah, Padres. I said Piedmont, but, you know.
It was not the Piedmont, but it indeed was a Padres
I knew it was a
baseball game.
I knew it was a baseball game, because, yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I wonder who won.
I'm not even going to count. Phillip.
Wow.
You have defeated Derek.
Congratulations.
On To the Echoes. What do you know about the 90s trivia game?
Yeah.
Congratulations. We're very proud of you.
Really,
I'm honored.
We're really proud of you.
Yeah.
We know you worked really hard on that. And we're going to put that right here on the fridge. The To the Echo fridge.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
right. We have one sitting right here. Don't look at our video podcast or you'll see that that's not true.
Yeah, but
no. I'll hang it on my fridge at home.
Yeah.
Well, Phillip, I hate to bring it to a quick close, but we've gone over time, so I just want to say that I really enjoyed having you on the show.
Yeah,
really
dude, you were fun.
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah, no, you guys are fun too, and I hope we can do this again soon.
Absolutely.
We'll have a rematch on that trivia game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all right. Well, that's time. I'm gonna look at the answers before I play you, so it's fair.
No, but yeah, if you have another release come out, please let us know. We'd love to bring you back on and talk to you again and see how you're progressing. Now, for our audience, tell them how they can get in touch with you. How can they see you? How can they buy your stuff? Promote yourself here.
Yeah, you can find me on Spotify. You can find me on Google Play as well as Apple Music, iTunes. You can hit me up on Facebook. I hang out there on social media occasionally.
Nice.
YouTube is a good one. You know, I try to message. Excuse me. I've gotten a couple messages from people. And I try to message everybody back. One guy asked what color boxers I wear. That was a little weird. So try to stay away from stuff like that. Try to be
That's hot.
Sane.
Did you tell him?
Did you tell him?
And I will respond.
Yeah, I hope you told him.
Did I tell him? No.
Oh.
No, I don't. I try to keep that stuff to myself.
Well,
I don't want the whole world
you
knowing.
Can make up a color.
What
be
color
like,
my
it's
boxers
turquoise.
are?
I don't know.
I don't even know if I
Yellow.
wear boxers. I
Tell
could
him
wear
it's-
man thongs.
Yeah.
That'd be my thing.
Tell them it's American Eagle Paisley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Give them if they're going to imagine it, let them imagine something good. I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just yeah. Okay.
Calvin Klein, purple underwear? No. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, very good. Well, it's been a pleasure. I had a great time getting to know you, and thanks for coming on To the Echo.
Yeah, bro.
Have me back anytime. Love you guys.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, we'll see you later. We'll let you go. Have a great night, and all the best to you, and we'll talk to you soon.
You too. Bye now.
Okay,
See you, bye.
Well, Derek, there goes Phillip Broussard.
Yeah, he's funny. I liked him.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So we didn't say it because we were over time.
Yeah.
But what we do want to say is that we will have his information on our blog.
Yep.
So you can check that out.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's all I got.
I know. And of course, you can always check us out at totheecho.com to get all our stuff. Well, you can tweet us. Twitter, to the Echo Radio. Yeah. Patreon.com/totheecho. Subscribe, review, leave your reviews on iTunes.
Yep.
On podcasts.
We need 'em.
App. Yeah, we really do.
Yep.
Any feedback you'd like to give us, positive. Please.
Yeah.
Leave it.
If it's negative, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
No.
No, you just let us know privately, and we'll let the manager know, and we'll fix it. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get you 20% off.
Because that's not our fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that, it was great. It was great having Phillip tonight. Please check his stuff out.
Yep.
And please check us out on Wednesday night, where we have a fun little skit for you.
Yeah, we're getting longer with them.
That's
what she said.
I know. So you make sure to carve out a good chunk of your weekend.
Yes. You'll need it.
Yes. And with that, I'm Derek Daisy.
And I'm Nick O'Kelly, and we're going to go out to another Phillip Broussard song. It's called Just Wanna Believe. So this is Phillip Broussard. You've been listening to the Echo Radio Show, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Ever since we met, I have worshipped the ground that your feet have touched, just to be pushed around. I should know by now you're not here to stay. It's something I can't get past, and it's killing me. I just wanna believe you'd be there for me. 'Cause one day I hope you'll see what your love's doing to me. It's worse every